Today's episode and title of the episode is Why is TMD, TMJ not covered by insurance? Now, if you have ever treated a TMD patient, you may have heard that comment from one of your patients. It is very common around here. It is the second most common question that the patients ask who are under treatment for this devastating disease. Why isn't as they call it, TMJ, covered by insurance? The most common question is, how come nobody ever told me about this before? Meaning the success rate that they've had by using our device and protocol. That's the most common question we get. The second, how come insurance doesn't cover this? So we're going to unpack that. Hopefully I won't bore you with it, but it's very interesting information. It's very interesting to look at it from a truthful point of view because, well, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds, but there has been a lot of smoke and mirrors regarding TMD, TMJ for the past 70 years. Now, the majority of that smoke and mirrors actually comes from the clinical side, but a huge amount of smoke and mirrors comes from the, quote, insurance side. So let me take you through the logical progression of this information and see if it doesn't make sense to you, because my job is to simply make sense about this problem. Clinically, I've discovered the actual pathophysiology of what creates the symptoms of TMD, how these symptoms are created because of chronic inflammation in the joint, inflammation in the temporomandibular joint, or in the knee, or in the elbow, causes muscles to get tight, pull on the bone, stimulate the nociceptors, and create pain at the insertion or origin of the periosteum of that muscle. That's the actual pathophysiology of temporomandibular joint disease. It's the pathophysiology of tennis elbow and pathophysiology that is attached to any of the joints in the body. But we're getting off track. We're going to talk about why TMJ is not covered by insurance. So let's first of all let us define insurance, because if you argue with me, you have to define your terms.